Hey everybody, it's Helmstrats, and finally, I'm back with you guys with another video, and I'm getting into Warhammer 40k Gladius. Now, after taking care of some, real life issues that came up, and learning about this game and doing the introduction and getting some tips so I don't go completely blind into this, because this is a complex game to learn about. I'm finally here and I'm ready to get into this strategy game, and a lot of people have talked very positively about it, so without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, and as you can see, I did the introduction like I said before, but anyway, new game. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna do like a large world size and medium landmass. And for advanced, I'm gonna take off the Ultima founding, because I wanted to start off with, the basic Space Marines before, the Primaris. And I think I'll do the main four factions. This is just gonna be my first run to learn the game mechanics even more and put what I've learned so far into practice. And I have other plans of doing more of this game into a series. Like, for instance, Season 1, Chapter 1 with Space Marines. They land on the planet and, fight against several opponents. As their story progresses, then I might go into Imperial Guard and etc. and etc. Excuse me, etc. But for this first run, I'm gonna stick with leaving my Space Marine's name as Helmstrats, and sticking with the basic colors. Let's show more of an example. Like for this one here, I'm going to do Astra Militarum, and they're going to be on the same team as me, because the Space Marines are always saving the Guard or PDF. For example, I'll name these guys the Gladius PDF, and in case you don't know, that stands for Planetary Defense Force, or Forces. And the next one is going to be the Orcs, and I'm gonna give them a different paint color too, and call them the Rock Crushers. And last but certainly not least, the Necrons. And they're going to be the Gladius Necrons. When the next time I do this, I'll put more thought into names and have actual dynasty name for the Necrons and so on and so forth. But for now, like I said, this is just my first run, and I want to see how I handle it. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. Alright, okay, we've got everything down so far. Alright, let's do a more randomized world seed. Oop. There we go. Now we're getting there. Come on. Oh, crap. Didn't mean to click that time. Let's see. Trying to get a high number here, because world seeds with high numbers are usually good, but not always. Yeah. That's good enough. Alright. Alright, let's get started on this first run of Gladius by playing the Space Marines.
Gladius Prime was a bastion of humanity. newly colonized. A suitable base for our chapter to rebuild and recruit. We Space Marines raised our fortress here. Grew strong again. But the Orc invasion brought a warp storm that cut off our Emperor's light. And the dread Necrons crawled from the earth beneath our feet. War was on all sides, yet we are the Emperor's chosen. We do not dread the dark, or quail at the relics of old. Terror is for those who oppose us. We know no fear.
Alright, we've got our starting map here, and so far it kind of looks promising. Yeah, the Space Marines apparently are one of the easiest factions to, to get started with. But they are, as you can see up here, requisition and influence heavy, so we're going to need to start with them. And then there's the deploy city. Let's hit Control Z to get a good look at the tiles. And yeah. Okay, we've got a pretty good location startup right here. Starting location, I mean. And what did this... I don't know why they would want me to deploy there. I guess because it has a lot of influence, but still. Let's take a look at our allies over here, too. And, of course, they get a slightly better starting location than I do. And like I said, I'm new to all this setting stuff, so if I want, more land, then I'll change that in the next one. But like I said, this is me starting out more or less for the first time after doing the introduction and looking up some tips. Let's see. Could do the city right here. There'd be a lot of research and some influence, and some requisition. Yeah, that's right. But I also want to do it over here. Let's explore the map before we make our final decision. Alright, you guys head up there. And we found our first enemies. Let's see. It kind of stinks that the Space Marines are limited by 1, but I understand why. Because if they were allowed 2 or 3, then they'd be pretty OP. I know, I gotta make the decision soon. But we can expand the city at some point. I just need to get into the right spot. You know what? If we do it right here, we can get extra power and requisition, and eventually expand to cover these two. And around here. So yeah, let's do it right here. Alright, deploy city. And I know it's not important, but with this coast right here, we get a little watering hole to ourselves, because our troops need a drink too. I still don't understand what... Hold on a second. Yeah, I still don't understand why it was around here, though. Like I said, the influence is a big help, but we need requisition, too. Yeah, right here. Huh. I'd rather have the first starting base right here. That way it gives me more building options. It's right next to this, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And like I said, it's closer to the requisition, which we're going to need a lot of, but also close enough to the influence that we can eventually hit that. But for right now, this is more important. And we get a huge power boost. Alright. And as for our units, we'll go ahead and shoot at these guys. If they try to come at us, they'll have to go through the wire weeds, which will definitely put a damper on them, or go across here. Either way, we'll have at them. Okay, we can also scout around with some of our other units. And as for our home base, we're going to start off with... Okay, we got a lot of, well, a little bit of power since we started here. And it's called the Spire. How original. Okay, now we're just going to acquire a few tiles. Yeah, see, once we get a fortress expansion, we can hit this one and get a lot more requisition. And this one too. Alright. We'll hit this one first. And then... let's see... and then this one. And then we're going to construct an apothecarion to get more troops. That should do it for now. I plan on getting 3 tiles, but for right now I'm just settling with the 2. Now, as for research, first we're going to do the frag grenade to give our Space Marines an extra oomph in their attack options. And then we're going to do the armory, then we're going to do the reclusium and the tactical doctrine. And then we'll go on from there. Dormitories, chaplain, you know, for the bonuses, for the loyalty. Like I said, we'll go on from there. Alright. Our allies are definitely making a move. And they've already started their base as well. And secured them a lot of influence. I wish I had that starting area. For some reason, the AI gives your allies a better starting location than you. As Chapter Master, the arrival of an enormous orc horde on your chapter's homeworld was calamitous. But no one ever said the Adeptus Astartes shrinked from a challenge. Yet after months of fighting, the battle remained locked into a stalemate. You instructed the civilian planetary governor that the Astro-Militant support was required. Clearing the green-skinned menace was a priority, whatever blow to the chapters applied. Barely had the guardsmen landed when a system-wide warp storm began, devastating the planet. Of your majestic fleet, a single battle barge in low orbit was the sole survivor. When the surface storms calmed, your surviving Marines merged into a ruined world. You are trapped on the planet's surface, cut off from the Imperium, and surrounded by Xeno species to boot. But you are the Emperor's own sons, the Space Marines, and you will not die easily or in vain. Your chapter planned for every eventuality, so your fortress holds enough food and resources to survive decades of battle and siege, but more complex devices, ammunition, and war gear require acquisition of rare resources. To stand a chance of defeating the Xenos Menace, we need to secure the location of key materials so that the servitors and serfs can continuously extract them. Okay, deploy a special Deploy a Fortress of Redemption next to a special resource feature and secure the perimeter. Okay. Well, that's easy. We can put the fortress right here next to this ore deposit. Or we could put it right over here. Get 20%. Yeah, let's do that. We can start power creeping as we move up. Alright. Alright, let's see. Yeah, right about here ought to do it. There you go. Chapter 1, Final Foundation. Alright. Oh, I needed to build that. Okay. Turns out I needed to do that at a at the requisition node, not an influence node, but oh well, I learned. But I still get 2 requisition. Alright, now for my Space Marines, go back and secure that. You guys go over, see what's over here. See if there's anything else. Ooh, a shard of vol. I guess I could have had them capture that, but oh well. In turn. See, my allies are getting a lot of influence in requisition. Although they have to worry about food and ore, which is what requisition is divided into with most other factions. All right. Hold on, I'm not done with this area yet. Yeah, nice try, Gene Stealers. Alright. And again, I've got quite the influence around my area too. Let's turn off the Control Z. Capture this. Kill that. Even though there's no Eldar to worry about, might as well just destroy and gain the easy experience. Then I'll have them swing right around here, catch that, then catch that, and probably catch that while my other guys move through here and see if we can't rejoin with our Imperial Guard allies and maybe find an enemy around here. But for now, let's take care of business. Okay, we're getting the next tile, and then we're hitting the Apothecarion. What I'm going to start out with first is the requisition, and then a power generator. Alright. Oh. Alright, catch that. Eliminate them. Really? Alright. One more turn on that tile. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna construct requisition and power. Save the last one for something else. Alright. As soon as they kill this thing, I'm gonna have them capture that, then come back and capture this, and go around and see what's up here with these guys. Oh wait, first I'm gonna have to hit that corner, aren't I? Leave no stone unturned, and all that. Yeah. Yep. Now we've got Vespid. Terrific. Alright. Okay, 6 turns for that. Alright, in turn. Uh-oh. Ambles. Those things are nasty in the main universe lore. I wonder how that translates on this. Oh, first things first. Order these guys to hold position till healed. Alright, looks like the Vespid is left the area. But first, like I said before, I'm gonna have to see what's over here. And we got a Ruins of Ol. And something else, too. You know what? I think I'm just gonna make a Space Marines when I finish constructing this Apothecarion. Alright. 6 more turns until we get another Fortress of Redemption. And we need 9 more. So if we can just put another Fortress of Dawn right here, that would give us a lot of requisition. Or rather, we could put it on the Shard of Vol right here. That would be smarter. Alright. Barely did any damage. Lost 2 of their guys. Okay, we researched the frag grenade. Just one more. Yes, ore. And then there's Imperial Ruins, Sororitas, which doesn't really... Of course, the Vespid would come in right behind me. Alright, next, it's going to be the Armory. Jeez, if I want to scout with the Imperial Guard, I need to do it with them in force. Speaking of in force, I need to take out these blasted Vespid. All right. Oh, that's BS. You know, what's interesting to me is why would there be Feral Vespid and Crute Hounds without any Tau? That just doesn't make any sense. But let's withdraw and get these guys healed up. Gonna have to cancel on that scouting mission. Get these guys back here. Alright, 2 more turns. And we need to work on our loyalty very soon. Otherwise, we're going to end up in a loyalty death spiral. No, my allies aren't doing all that great. Alright, we got the armory. Let's get them over here, that way they can capture and then come back. Bring these guys back, and might as well have them capture this. 2 more turns until the Fortress of Dawn. I mean, Redemption. Redemption. I don't know why I've got Dawn stuck in my head. Reclusium. I know it just gives me 1 loyalty, but still, that's 1 more loyalty than I would have had, just, you know, than I would have had later on. Then, we'll probably do Tactical Doctrine, then head for Dormitories. Then we'll do 1 at a time with, let's see, Land Speeder, and then Company Chapel, then Fortress Expansion, then move on from there. Yeah, that sounds like a solid plan. Alright. Just 1 more for the Space Marine Apothecarian. Well, they eliminated 1 group. Okay, I don't know what that would have accomplished for them, but still. Alright, that gives us some ore. Requisition. If I can research the Fortress Expansion, I can put a tile there and claim it, get the full benefits off of that. Just need to put another Fortress of Dawn over there. Redemption, Fortress of Redemption over here. That way, it can give us more of that. Alright, 4 turns for refectory. Alright. And yeah, we got enough for a Space Marine squad, so we'll do that too. Of course, Crude Hounds. Hopefully that gets them to retreat, if nothing else. Five more turns for Space Marine squad. Apparently they were stupid enough not to leave while they had the chance. Let's finish them off, because I don't want them healing and coming back. There. One less neutral units wandering around. Alright, and we got a Fortress of Dawn ready. Fortress of Redemption, I'll get it right at some point. But first we have to get a visible site on what we want to place it. Okay, we got a Reclusium. Now, we just need to decide where to build it. Got requisition and power here. So, might as well put the Reclusium right there as well. Nice, rounded off nicely. We can always build our second refectory right here next to the librarium. And we can put 3 power generators right here. Alright, hold on a second, guys. Alright, I'm back. Let's see now. Alright, yeah. Let's order our units back here. And there's those pesky Vespid. Then order our units back here. Too bad they're just out of range of my spire. Alright. We'll have our first requisition refectory up next turn. Let's take off the power generator and put the Reclusium next, because I want to bring up my loyalty. Let's see, choose research, tactical doctrine, so our Space Marines can aim better. Then we'll do dormitories and chaplain. Then we'll do land speeders and go from there, like I said before. Alright, intern. Well, at least our allies is starting to get everything together now. Alright, we should be getting increase. We just need a few more and then we'll have a full 20. Hold for healing. 2 more turns for the Space Marines. Yes, we know you're skulking about. Okay, they're almost back to full health. They need a couple more turns, I think. Which is fine, because we'll have a 3rd squad. And we'll need a 3rd tile after we complete this genitorium. Question is... yeah, we'll take this one for the dormitories. Increase our population. Because we're at 4 of 7 currently. Alright. I wonder... you know, it would be funny if you could deploy one of these on top of an enemy unit and it would kill them. Maybe that's just me from playing Helldivers. Alright. We got our 3rd Space Marine squad. Now let's get them to position so they can move to help take out the Vespid. And they're completely healed. They're almost healed. We'll just hold position with these guys until everybody is ready. Now let's see. Yeah, we can put the dormitories and the chapel here too. And probably put the armory there too. Alright. Of course. Anyway. Move you guys up front. Guys over here. Capture that point. And now... Fortress of Redemption right here. $15. 5 more. Okay, got the tactical doctrine. I don't think the Vespid will be bothering us for right now, but I would like to secure all that. But first, let's send these guys up here. Oh, heck no. An Umbra. They're really trying to crowd me here. Don't know what's more of a threat, the actual enemies or these guys. Alright, Reclusium is up for... Alright. Next research. Dormitories. And land speeder, then company chap. Then I'll go back and research 2 more before going forward. Where are these Vespids coming from? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, at least these guys are gone. Let's move up. This is cheap. Two more Space Marine squads. You know, I think on my next run I'm going to reduce the number of these ferals, as I like to call them, neutral units. Because this is ridiculous. Alright, so we got power generation coming next. At least it was my new unit and not more experienced units. It's also a captain. Now I need to save up the requisition points. Oh, now they're gonna run off. Yeah, I don't think so. You owe me a Space Marine unit in blood. Alright, now we're gonna secure all this. Ooh, they got new units. You guys go here. And there's where you're hiding. Right. That's 2 down. The third one probably ran off somewhere over here. Just one more turn, and then our electricity problems will be somewhat alleviated. And we'll claim another tile here for dormitories and chapel. Then we'll construct a librarian requisition. Then claim this one and do power generation. Alright. Unless we do the fortress expansion first, in which case we'll take this for all the requisition it's worth. Alright, dormitories. Just in time, too. Nearly at the 7 marker. And 2 turns for that, as well as another Space Marine squad. You guys get over here. Alright. That's good for now. Land speeders. Alright, let's see what's over here. Might as well try to see where those other guys ran off to. Can place a Fortress of Dawn here and get the requisition. Hopefully complete our main objective. Or at least to get a step closer to it. Skip City. Alright, got another Space Marine squad out. Can send you two over there. You might as well take their place and see if enemy ran over here. All right. Now let's produce a captain. And we'll build dormitory. All right. Nope. Nobody over there. All right, you guys stay right. Ah, there you are. That's where you have been hiding all this time, huh? Alright, where do they go now? Alright, you guys head back to the city to recover. You go here. Aha, that's where they went. Alright, let's establish a fortress here, even though it's not really necessary. Alright, just need 2 more and we'll finish our first chapter. Okay. Land speeders. Let's see. And Company Chapel. Alright guys, with this I think I'll call an end to the video here, and if I do say so myself, this is a pretty decent start, especially for my first time playing this game. Well, not strictly speaking my first time, but my first, you know, major first run into, you know, like a full-on game of this, session, I mean, of this game. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed watching this video of me trying out Warhammer 40k Gladius, then please leave a like, sound the notification bell, and to stay up to date with my channel's content. Leave your comments, thoughts, or game suggestions in the comments section below, and hit that subscribe button to support my channel and to help it grow as we continue on our YouTube journey together. Thanks. I've been Helmstrats, and I'll see you guys on the next one.